Okay, so I wasn't expecting the 1.7 drip marketing to happen that early, because for the 1.6 we only got the drip marketing after the 1.5 release. So I was actually expecting the same thing to happen with 1.7, but here we are. We're getting Vivian on the 1.7, and she's going to be an Ether Anomaly unit. Where's everyone who said that we are in Attacker Matter right now? Anyone? No? This is like not a huge news to anyone, especially because Hoyo teased this information themselves with the 1.6 special program. And they're talking about the new Drive This set that they released alongside Shadow Harmony, Phaeton's Melody. Phaeton's Melody is going to be an Anomaly focused set, as you can see, Anomaly Mastery on the 2-piece effect, and also Anomaly Proficiency whenever someone uses EX Special. If the character who used the EX Special is not the equipper, then you're also getting Ether damage. So basically Ether damage, a lot of Anomaly stats. There's no character that fits all of these descriptions in the game. Maybe Nicole if you're trying to push a little bit, but it's not Nicole. It was meant to someone in the future version, just like Astra and Astro Voice. Astro Voice was released alongside Miyabi, but Astra herself was only released, Astra herself was only released on the 1.5. So same thing with Phaeton's Melody and Vivian that we're only getting in the 1.7. And this is actually quite interesting because if you think about the fact that you need to use EX specials, it means that Vivian using this set actually has a high synergy with Astra. Because Astra keeps triggering her EX special whenever someone uses Quick Assist. Because all the tremolos, the stars that keep falling on the enemy, these are EX special. So this means that Astra... Where's Astra here? Where's Astra here? Here. Astra is going to have a huge synergy with Vivian, for example. Does this mean that you need Astra to actually play Vivian? I don't think so. It's just that Vivian with Astra is going to be really good because you get access to a permanent Anomaly Proficiency and Ether damage boost on Vivian or any other character that you're using this set. In this case, will be Nicole. So it's actually like really good buffs, and it's going to like happen naturally because of our Astra energy regeneration. I don't know about you, but I am personally really looking forward to pull Vivian. I don't care at all for her kit. I just love the character. I'm definitely pulling her. There's no way I'm skipping Vivian, that's for sure. But speaking from a meta perspective, let's take a look, for example, on characters that are going to interact with Vivian in a really good setup. Well, Vivian as an Anomaly unit, she actually interacts really well with all the Anomaly units. So we have Yanagi, we have Miyabi, we have Piper, we have who else here? I'm sorry. We have Jane, that's right. And then we have, well, Grace and Bernice is a big maybe to know. Because Vivian is not going to be an on-field unit, you see. The fact that the buff only lasts for 8 seconds basically tells you that Vivian is going to be someone like Grace, which means someone who's going to enter the field, apply a burst of Anomaly on the enemy, and then leave the field. This way you can benefit from all the buffs for the 8 seconds that it's available for you. Or it could be someone like Bernice, for example. Someone who's going to benefit from all these effects while she's off-field, applying corruption on the enemy. So basically the set description tells you that Vivian is not going to be an on-field unit, right? Because she wants someone else to enter the field and use the EX special. So I don't think Grace and Bernice are going to be units that are going to play along Vivian, but by no means I'm telling you that Vivian is going to power creep Bernice. First things first, they are two different attributes. One is Ether, the other one is going to be Fire. So I don't think they're going to power creep each other. They're just going to be available for two different teams. Off-field DPS units are super interesting for any team composition, basically, because of the value they can provide for you. They can provide extra damage without taking field time from your sustained DPS unit. This means that basically all sustained DPS units, as you can imagine, can actually benefit from Vivian. Let's say you like playing Soldier Ambi, which is going to be released really soon. Well, Soldier Ambi wants to stay on the field, she's going to benefit from someone who's going to stay out of the field. Let's say you like playing Soldier 11, then Vivian is also going to provide you with extra damage without removing Soldier 11 field time. You like playing Alan? Well, Alan can also get some extra damage sources without removing Alan field time. Now, I'm not saying that you should play Alan with Vivian, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that as long as you can find a way to activate all of these abilities, then you're good. Any sustained DPS can run alongside a good off-field DPS unit. That's the point that I was trying to make. But anyway, if you're thinking about Ju-Yuan, because I mentioned on my previous video that Ju-Yuan is probably going to get power creep by another unit, I don't think Vivian is going to power creep Ju-Yuan, because Vivian is probably going to be a sub DPS style. She's not going to be someone who wants to enter in the field in the stun window and deal a lot of damage. That's not a unit that Vivian looks like. And also because of how Anomaly works. Corruption is not the kind of anomaly that is going to offer you a huge burst of damage like Assault, for example, and playing around Jane. So I don't think that Vivian is going to power creep Ju-Yuan, and maybe she's actually going to offer some extra potential for Ju-Yuan because of chaotic metal that requires you to apply Anomaly on the enemy. So let's say, for example, you can play Ju-Yuan with Chen, then you're activating both additional ability, and assuming Vivian is going to require an Ether unit on your team, then there you go. You have 2 Ether units, then you have a lot of a build-up that is going to allow Ju-Yuan to benefit from Chaotic Metal 4-piece effect without a problem, right? So I don't think Ju-Yuan is going to suffer that much from Vivian release, and she's probably going to be fine. If you're looking for Ether damage coverage and you can only get one of those 2, then just wait until the 1.7 special program and decide if you're going for Ju-Yuan or Vivian, since Vivian is going to be available in the first half of 1.7 and Ju-Yuan is available in the second half of 1.6. And if you're thinking about Bernice versus Vivian, I would say go for both, actually, because as I said, I don't think one is going to power creep the other. I don't think one is replacing the other. They are just 2 different elemental coverage for your account. But anyway, basically, you can play any sustained DPS unit, even Hiromasa to some extent because of the fact that he benefits from anomaly triggers on the enemy, but Hiromasa is not a really good sustained DPS unit, you know, you are better using someone else if you want to use a sustained DPS unit. But he has some interactions with Anomaly, can't say that he's not going to benefit from Vivian, you know, especially if in the future we get even more Ether units that can stay on the field. Let's say, for example, an Ether Defender unit, then there you go. And for support units, well, anything that offers team-wide buffs are going to be like really good additions for your team. Let's say, for example, Rina with the penetration buff, Trigger and Pulchra, which are releasing in the 1.6, they're going to be good units because you can keep a sustained DPS on the field, benefit from stun potential, and also benefit from extra DPS potential without removing the field time from your sustained DPS. Right, we have Nicole, which is a really good quick swap unit. You just swap to Nicole, use a basic attack, and there you go. You reduce the enemy defense. So this is actually really good for team-wide compositions, because at the moment that you are slotting Vivian in your team, you are also running a second DPS unit alongside Vivian. So you need team-wide buffs instead of single unit buffs. For example, Sokaku kind of loses some potential because of this. Seth, even though he's quite good for single units, let's say, for example, Jane, but the moment that you're playing a second Anomaly unit on the same team composition, Seth starts to lose damage because he's only going to consistently provide damage potential for a single unit in your team. We have Caesar, which once again single target buffs, so Vivian is not going to benefit from Caesar attack buff, for example, if you are running Caesar in your team. Lucy is also quite good, but yeah, pretty much these are the units you should look for if you want to play around Vivian. If you have these units, if you like playing around this kind of units, then pretty much Vivian is going to be a good addition for you. But if you like playing around more burst-focused characters, and of course depending on how Vivian additional ability is going to activate and what they are going to give us on Vivian's kit, then maybe she's actually not going to offer that much. All I can say for sure is that if you like playing around Anomaly units, then Vivian is a really good pick for you. Maybe if you own Bernice, then Vivian can be somewhat a skip, but I personally really enjoy off-field units. So assuming Vivian is going to be an off-field unit, I would highly recommend anyone to get her because of the fact that she's super flexible and can fit alongside any sustained DPS unit. That's it. But anyway, that's it about Vivian. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and also feel free to check the Discord in the link down the description where we usually talk about things like this, about value of characters, and also do some theory craft thinking about where this kind of character is going to fit. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya!